All right, let's get right into it. If we really want to decode hospital economics, there's basically one metric that rules them all. It cuts right through the noise and is absolutely the ultimate measure of a hospital's pricing power. It goes by the acronym ARPOB. So ARPO, it stands for Average Revenue Per Occupied Bed. Simply put, it's the exact amount of money a hospital brings in every single day from one bed, but only if there is actually a patient sitting in it. It's hands down the best proxy we have for measuring a hospital's true pricing power and the complexity of the cases they handle. You see, the real pros use ARPO because it completely strips out the sheer volume of patients. Instead, it focuses purely on how much value is being squeezed out of each occupied piece of real estate inside that building. Think of it kind of like a lemonade stand. Imagine you're running a stand, but you only have exactly one chair for a customer to sit in. ARBOP is essentially how much money that single chair makes in a given day when someone is actually sitting there. If you're just selling plain, basic lemonade, well, that chair is only going to make a few bucks. But let's say you pivot. You start selling fancy lemonade with strawberries, maybe some sprinkles, premium ice. Suddenly, that exact same chair is bringing in way more cash. The physical chair hasn't changed one bit, right? But your revenue per chair just went through the roof, entirely because of what you're selling. Now let's pull that back to reality and apply it to a hospital. Instead of lemonade, obviously they're selling medical care. If a hospital bed is filled by a patient who's just there for a routine checkup or a minor, everyday procedure, the daily revenue for that bed is going to be pretty low. But swap that out. If that exact same bed is occupied by someone getting a complex, super specialty treatment, we're talking organ transplants, neurosurgery, intense oncology, that single bed earns a massively higher amount of money every single day. The sheer complexity of the care directly dictates the earning power of the bed. And let's put some real numbers to this, because the scale is actually fascinating. In the real world, premium hospital operators, the ones focusing heavily on those really complex tertiary treatments, they hit incredible highs. We're talking an ARPOB of between 66,000 and 78,000 rupees a day. On the flip side, you have affordability-led players. They focus more on volume and routine care, so they usually sit somewhere between 20,000 and 33,000 rupees a day. It is a massive gap, and it's 100% driven by the specific mix of medical services they choose to offer. But hey, to truly master how hospital economics work, we can't just look at that top-line number and call it a day. We gotta peel back the layers. You have to decompose ARPOB into three distinct drivers. First up, is it pure price? Like, did the hospitals simply hike their standard tariffs by 5%? Second, is it the case mix effect? Meaning, are they performing more of those complex, expensive surgeries we just talked about? And third, the payer mix effect. Basically, who is actually footing the bill? Is it high-paying cash and private insurance patients or lower-paying government scheme patients? You've really got to know which lever is being pulled to understand the full picture. Which brings us to a super interesting dynamic. I like to call it the analytical trap. You might be glancing at a hospital's financials, you see their ARPOB dropping, and your brain instantly goes, uh-oh, bad news, the business is deteriorating. But actually, a falling blended ARPOB isn't always a red flag. A dropping number might just be a really deliberate, smart, strategic shift. For example, a premium hospital might decide to open up a lower-cost medical college wing. Or maybe they intentionally start taking in high-volume government scheme patients. Sure, their average revenue per bed drops, but their overall market reach and total patient volume totally skyrocket. So I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. The next time you're looking at the healthcare industry and you notice a hospital's ARPOB numbers shifting around, ask yourself, if their ARPOB is falling, are they actually losing money or are they just entirely changing the game? Because this one single powerful metric really does dictate the underlying strategy of every hospital out there. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep these concepts in your back pocket and I'll catch you on the next one.